you started this as a side hustle, right? How did you even get the idea that, you know what, I think I'm going to read books for a living? Because I guess you're a described book nerd. I heard you say that one time. Uh,
I I am a book nerd.
so what made you
Yeah.
think, oh, gee, I could read these and get paid for it?
Well, I was having lunch one day in my office and reading through MSN or something, and I came across an interview with an audiobook narrator. And I said, "Oh my God, how interesting." I mean, because there are audiobooks, obviously someone has to read them, and I never thought about,
Right.
me doing that. And I was like, "Oh my God, I read books all the time anyway, and how cool it would be to read them aloud and then get paid for it." So then I did a little research and I said, "Well, there's also voice acting, which kind of goes hand in hand with it." I said, I'm gonna give that a try." And then I absolutely just fell in love with it.
Wow. Now, what kind of books do you read normally for yourself if you weren't narrating?
For myself, I read, mostly horror or, sci-fi. I'm a big Stephen King and Anne Rice nerd,
Okay.
so, that's
Now,
yeah.
does that make the choice of what books you choose to narrate, or you'll narrate any kind of? It doesn't make any
No.
difference.
No, no, yeah, I'll read just about any
Okay.
genre.
And speaking of genres, what kind of things are being put on audiobooks nowadays?
Everything you can think of. I have narrated cookbooks.
How do you do
I
that?
I narrate lots of self-help. Yeah,
How do you
cookbooks.
do that? Well, give us an
Yeah.
example of a recipe, how you would narrate a recipe.
Well, you're just reading what's on the page. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a cookbook, but they have, you list out the ingredients and then, the temperature, and then you narrate the steps in which to, how the
Yeah,
recipe is
yeah. You
made or
sit
how the
there and say,
recipe is
"Yes,
done.
Tom, you've seen a cookbook, right?" I have seen a cookbook, but
I'm sorry.
but the but the thing is they expect that you know too much in these